Let's go lesbians. Let's go lesbians. What up, dude? Okay, we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, go. So the early game is the same. How the runs so far? They're okay. I've got to practice Purple Fox by herself. Because next weekend, a couple of us are taking part in a charity marathon, and we're doing a bid war for which category I run, whether it's purple or orange. So the current world record for this is 48:28 and change, which we set, and we just came in 2 seconds behind that, give or take. So hopefully, if we clean up a couple of bits and pieces, we could record tonight on that, which would be pretty cool. But also, the closer we get this category to 45 minutes, the more real a sub 130 in any percent is. So we have layered expectations and hopes for Purple Fox right now. But yeah, that it is entirely possible that next Sunday, Yuzu percent gets shown off for the very first time in a marathon ever, which would be pretty cool. I'm going to be donating for Kiri though, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, they've been all right. We've been warming back up to not having a sword, which is really hard. The muscle memory is so specifically different. But you know, it is what it is. Oh, it's been a while since I've bonked there. That's fine. I'm tempted, even though it's technically a time loss, to just get the spear in the well there. Because I think that just insta-killing the boss might be worth the 4 seconds. Or well, it's more than 4 seconds. But for the sake of, like, if you do that boss correctly, you save time, but if you miss any of the cycles, you lose time. So it's kind of like, yeah, maybe the play is just getting the spear and then insta-killing it. Unsure. Yeah, it really is kind of marathon strats. It's also kind of like, eventually I'll have to grind the fight out and get a better, like, feel for when attacks are coming and stuff and when I can do things. But until I do that, it's kind of like, do I want that to be a place where I lose time? And if the answer is no, not really, then there's nothing wrong with just doing the easier method up front, you know? We can always go back to that and save some free time if we really want to. Okay, we had like a slightly above 2 minute 1-4. So we're gonna hope that we do a little bit better at it this time. Yuzu, please. Okay. Falling in a pit. My favorite way to go up. I love falling down to go up. Okay. Our 1-4 is going pretty well so far. The big slope jump is coming up. We just we didn't get the entire thing in the most recent run that we did. So this is actually free time save if we don't randomly die by hugging a pango. And we have 2 health now, so that's even further from my mind. Looks good. Nice. Okay, now we've got to... If we can hit this one, it's going to be a lot of time save. Getting hit here so that we can get hit here. Perfect. We did hit this one last time, so the hope is that we can repeat. Looks good. Hey. And it doesn't matter to us that we got hurt there. That's actually beneficial because that means we can die up here instead of falling into the pit. So that saves us a little bit of time. Excellent stuff. Really good 1-4, all things considered. And now we've got 1-5. Which I feel like we've got down to more or less a science now. There's not a lot that you can do in 1-5 with Yuzu. There really is not. We're going to hug this Fugu. And then we're going to run away from our new friend. The reason we want to turn small on this screen is because one of the very first things we're going to do on the next screen is jump out of the water. And there's a small little hole here. So you could get through this by just crouching and mashing jump. But like, why do that when you can be small and then also damage boost directly into a cloud? The 1-5 route is pretty cool. I like how it's turned out so far. Nice. Like a clean 1 minute there. Cool, 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 cool. Bless you. All right. Now, hopefully we can just beat... hopefully we can just win here. And we don't have to play extra games. Oh, unfortunate. I mistimed that ever so slightly. No! Cheater! Okay, well. We're going to save a little bit of time still. But that is why I've been considering maybe we just get the secret spear. Maybe we just get the hidden weapon. And then we can kind of defeat that without having to worry about it quite so much. Okay. That worked out. I did not plan for that to happen. I just held jump and right, and we got there. So we take those. We've been doing pretty good on 2-2. This is a really rough level to not execute well on because of how much slower it is if you lose this power-up with Yuzu so that you can't get this Power Fox. And now we're going to be doing some fun little damage boosting strats here to ensure that we are on 1 HP before we go into 2-3. The reason we do this is there is a slope jump right away that we would normally be fine with just, you know, going in and doing nothing with because Kiri only has 1 hit, but Yuzu has 2. So if we slid through that Tengu, for instance, and got hit there, we would need to then... Nice. We love to see that. If we had slid through that Tengu, we would need to sink into the water and then tag a fish in order to get the rest of our... in order to die so that we could fly north there. But... if we go in with 1 HP, we can just do that the same way that Kiri does it, which is to say the easy way. Yuzu cannot skip that first crusher the same way that Kiri can. Kiri's got the slide. Yuzu doesn't. So what we need to do instead is we have to make sure that we are we want to be going forward as quickly as possible, and instead of playing around through all those corridors and ups and downs and things, we just get squished and go underneath for the same reason that we get squished into the walls here. This is much harder with Yuzu than it is with Kiri, but we're going to try something new this time. I'm going to try to go around to the left instead of going around to the right, and we're going to see if this makes life easier for us. I think it will. That's way better. We're going to change the route to that. Genuinely. Wow, that's so much easier. It's still more difficult than the Kiri side because you have to die again. But man, that's a huge consistency bump right there. So we're going to try to go to the left every time when we go into 2-4 with Yuzu. That's not going to be extra confusing when we go to do that with Kiri or anything, surely. But that is way consistent now, which is very, very good. The problem we had before, right, was if you go up the right-hand side and you tag the first skeleton to lose your first hit, you still have to lose your second hit, and you need to lose it to the skeleton on the left so that you have enough time to get over there and do everything. Which, of course, then means... Can you guys not? The dogs are so rude. Okay, we're going to hop up here, equip this. No! Okay, well, we're going the slow way now, I suppose. I can't believe that happened. I was so ready for it. That looks like a good line, though. Yeah. And we would get hurt and lose that there anyway, so this is fine. This also means we don't have to wait for this monkey. And we can just touch this Tengu. Cool, cool, cool. The reason we want the samurai costume there is because we bounce off that guy's head. And when we bounce off that guy's head, we stick that into the wall, and it lets us... It's almost like a wall kick, like what Kiri would be able to do. But like the Yuzu version. We did get that in the last run, so this is going to be a little bit slower just by the nature of that. End of the world? No, not even close, but still not the best. It doesn't matter if we lose that. We basically always bonk on those two guys anyway. And then we're done. Cool 2-5. Now it's 2-6. In here, we want to get a boot. And we want to try to hold on to that boot for as long as we can. It doesn't give us any spectacular benefits, except it lets us jump on spikes and bounce off of well ladies, which is a pretty big deal, if you ask me. Oh, goodness gracious. This is awful. We're going to fly a little bit here. I lost all my speed there, and then, yeah, you just can't get back out. We're going to hopefully not die. Okay, we're going to die. Kind of rough first screen for 2-6. But this screen is thankfully far easier. We always want to die to like this goober here on the corner. It gives us a really, really nice corner line. And then going up here, you can die to that fella, but you can also die to any of these guys, and it works out pretty much the same. That was an okay 2-6. Could have been better. Bless you. Dog time? Dog time. Please come down. I can't kill you when you're up there. The dogs suck with Yuzu, dude. It's super, super unfortunate. If you fight these guys and you don't have a second hit, you can't break the blocks. And we use basically all of the items that we pick up have uses later. So we really do not want to be skipping any of our stuff. If we can help it, of course. Oop. I thought I landed on the other side of that guy. That's okay. This is a nice clean shot to the end, so totally content with a 31 there. We're making pretty solid time too. Fight me. Okay. We're more ahead than we were last time, so we take those. Now, we had a pretty rough 3-2. We didn't lose the shark suit, but we did miss out on a lot of time. I really like that little sequence. It's really cute to get P speed and then just tippy tap. just do a little tap on top of the fellow there. Oh yeah, we can just swim. We don't have to do anything crazy here. So we need to try to wait a little bit. Oh, we did end up losing it. We lost the shark suit at the very end of 3-2 to the blue crab on the top there. So what we would like to avoid big time, hello Monty, is we would really like to not lose it, because that means that 3-3 becomes far easier. But that does require that we do that little shimmy. That crab always I'm never convinced I'm gonna clear it, but I go for it every time. Okay, I think our cycles are good here. This is looking promising. Beautiful. If you do that one little like loop to just kind of rewind time for yourself a little bit there for the cycles to catch up, it makes it so much easier. This is extremely good though. We have a shark suit in here. If we didn't, we would take the backup down there, which is a totally fine replacement. It does lose you some time, but it does not lose you enough time to justify skipping it. If you are trying to go through this stage and you do not have a shark costume on, you have already lost. It's over. You really want to be able to swim fast. I cannot emphasize enough how slow water is in this game for characters that don't have swords and ninja training. Okay. And because we have this, that means we can take the really tight route through the top there, which is very nice. Oh yeah. This is actually routing that I kind of want to try to incorporate for Kiri as well, for reasons. Like, the routes are very clean, and if we can keep a power up that whole time, we're probably saving a decent bit. The problem is that Kiri has a sword, and that does things. Once you know that and you've internalized it, it does things to your brain. The way that you think about the game is different. All right, we got through there just fine. Our fast swims are good. Okay, we're gonna go to the right in here. And oh, that's unfortunate. The reason I was gonna go to the right is I really didn't want to try to dodge around fish and also ghosts, because Yuzu can't kill them. And so the thought was, okay, well, if I just go all the way down to the bottom here. On the right-hand side, maybe I can save myself the trouble of having to dodge them, but I'm not familiar with it, which I think is probably a mistake. So, in the future, I think we'll just keep taking the left, even though it's a little scarier. Because, yeah, like, coming up through here, having to dodge that fish, having to dodge it, it's not as bad. It could be a lot worse. I'm going to take this just to make this fight a little quicker. We lost some time. We may as well take the costume. So we're not going to gain any time back on this stage. I think we actually probably lost a couple seconds because previously we skipped the whole thing, basically. We were able to swim with the suit all the way to the bottom, more or less. And then we only had to swim back up manually, but that time, obviously, we had to float all the way down. Oh, hello, dogs. Oh, that's handy. I used it at a good time. The other thing that's extremely unfortunate about the Yuzu route is that Yuzu, the dogs in World 3 for Kiri drop swimming gear. The dogs for Yuzu in World 3 do not. Which is difficult because it means that if you lose it, you are out. We could go back to town to buy more, but the rest of our routing is so tight. Unfortunately, this bang block below us is just a one hit. It is not a shark suit. I may or may not know that because I tried to get it last time to no effect. But yeah, the rest of our item routing is so tight that I just don't think it's I don't think it's really feasible to try to get through there like that, going back and buying a new thing. As soon as we're good enough to dodge well to maintain it all the way through 3.5, like if we can get 3.3 and 3.5, we are saving easily 30 seconds, 40 seconds. It's a pretty substantial time savings. But not right now, it's not. If we were able to have it in here, it saves us a little time as well because this little corridor is slightly annoying, but that's it. And then having it in here is actually super helpful because it lets us run on top of the water. But we're able to do our loop routing here. That was a really good little death. We're going to try to die to one of these guys. One of these guys? Thank you. No! Are you kidding? Stop! Yuzu, you're too powerful. Okay, it's this bug then. It might be better to just do this bug anyway, because then we can kind of like squeak up the right here. Cool. Decent 3.6. Now it's time for 3.7. This stage is pretty sad for Yuzu. There's really not ways to make it faster. We are basically swimming to the right until we die, with the intention being we're going to take a cloud through to the door, and then when we get to the other side of the door, we're going to use a power fox. It's really like Yuzu cannot, there's nothing that this fox can do in this stage at all. Okay, boss time. This boss is easy. We just stab him 3 times and call it a day. Switch class to Dragoon. Stab fella. Easy peasy. We're saving quite a lot of time over our last split. We're going to be just shy of a minute ahead. Really nice. And we've got better routes for World 4 now. So hopefully we can make up some extra time here. I got scared. I did not want to die. Solid 4-1. Okay, we just did this. We just did a lot of this. Will I do 4-2 correctly? Only time will tell. Okay, part 1. Part 2. part 3. I think that should be okay. If it's slightly low, I'm gonna be really sad. Oh yeah, that's fine. Oh, we can die on that bug basically whenever we want then. We're just up there. Great. We improved by a significant amount of seconds on 4-2. You love to see it. Cool. Into 4-3. Not much to do here. This is the same as Kiri, except, of course, we do not have a way to prime our speed meter. With Kiri, you can like mash slide and it'll just give you a bunch of momentum right away, so you can get back to P speed a lot faster. Kiri also has blade dash, so a lot of these jumps she does not need to worry about being in danger on, but Yuzu does. She does not have a cool superhero utility belt like Kiri does, so we gotta do it the normal way. It ends up being pretty much the same. I think Kiri gets a couple seconds just because of that extra movement. Oh, wow. Well, hello, fine fellows. Perish. Hello? Did he just walk off a cliff that I can't walk off? How does that happen? I didn't want to die there, but it is what it is right now. Ah, yes. This stage. I'm really surprised that that little guy did that. I did not know it was possible for dogs to cheat and go out of bounds. It's extremely strange. But I guess dogs don't have to play by our rules, huh? There's nothing in the rules that says that dogs have to remain tangible. That was a pretty good ascent. I'll take it. I'll take that. That was good. Okay. Great. Really good 4-4. And there's no dogs left in here, so we don't have to worry about anything there. This is a stage that I've debated going back to town to buy items for, just because of how slow the start is. But I genuinely think the extra trips to town will cost us more time than it will save us in this stage. So I haven't tried to route that out. But going back to the, being on the menu, going back to town, mashing through whatever the new announcements are, it's not it, I don't think. I was damage boosting through this before, but we're just going to take the cloud this time. Oh, cool. We got the free damage there, which is nice. This one might be a little slower because we didn't damage boost the first time, but we'll see. We are damage boosting here to go in the pipe. If we do this in any percent, by the way, Kiri loses access to that chest because Yuzu has taken it already. I died to this guy last time too. Because Yuzu has taken it already, Kiri can't get that chest. And for Kiri, it's a Power Fox, but for Yuzu, it is a samurai costume. One of these things is a little more important than the other one. But not for Kiri. So it's not a huge deal. Okay, we almost didn't get this trick last time. Now you may be saying, Bo, why didn't you almost not get this trick last time? And the answer is because we have to cut it a lot closer with Kiri than we do with Yuzu. We can do a lot of setup with Yuzu, which I have to remember. With Kiri, it's way more important to be able to jump onto that wall when you get to that point. Specifically because Kiri needs to like hang on the wall like when you go to do the wall kick thing, if you just hold GG's, if you hold that direction, she'll kind of cling for a little bit. And you do that to guarantee that you get squished. But for Yuzu, we're just creating a platform and doing it that way. Very nice. We're gonna save a really significant amount of time on ice here too. So that's really good. Cool. Good fight. Ooh, a minute 23 ahead. We're cooking. Okay, let's not screw up. Let's not do this. Let's not screw this up. Okay, so we're going to take damage here. Specifically so that we can hug this guy, and then we're going to go up. Was the Yuzu route what changed the Kirikou? Yeah, it is. While we were learning the Yuzu route, we learned that you just go so much faster because you don't have to wait for a refresh or anything like that. There's kind of no reason to not just do the Power Fox strategy, unfortunately. I had thought for a while that it was faster, but I think I was just worse at the game. Genuinely, I think that's what the issue was. I've gotten better, and I'm far more confident in my placement now. And I think that's part of the disconnect there was I was like, well, Kiri can do all of this stuff, which is still true. She can still do all that stuff. Really, really nice. She can still do all that stuff, which is good. The problem is that you still kind of have to, like, you have to respect the spikes still. Oh, that's... I thought you were going to throw those in a different pattern there, bud. That is okay, though. No, that's not okay. All right, well, we're not going to have a bird costume for the ghost house, but that's all right. But yes, short answer to that question, yeah, the Yuzu route changed the Kiri route. I think if we're doing any percent for marathons, I'll happily take the time loss just to show off that you can do it with Kiri without using all of the Power Foxes. Because we're going to be doing it one way with Yuzu, and it would be cool to show like the difference. Like this is the kind of freeform stuff you can do with this character. But if we're pushing for record times and things, that's just not going to happen. We're just not going to do that. Which is a bummer because I prefer the Kiri route. I think it's cooler. But I mean, being able to run on spikes really just fundamentally changes how you want to approach that stage. We do get to do the cool Kiri flying strat in this level, though, so I think it's a fair trade. Because I think this one looks cooler than that one in general. And I really like that the faster route is to just do cool Kiri stuff here. But it is a bummer that 4-7 isn't really feasible that way anymore. Okay. We do not have wings in here, so the last time I didn't want that. The last time we came in here, we had a rough go of the cycles. So we're going to hope that our cycles are a little bit better this time. But the cycles can be as good as they want. If I continue to press the buttons wrongly, that's not gonna change our time in the stage, believe it or not. Normally we would damage boost up there, but obviously we only have the one hit. Unfortunate. Unfortunate stuff, gamers. This is, as slow as this is, it's still gonna be faster than the 5-4 we just had. I'm not proud of saying that, but that is the situation that we are in. Okay. At the very least, we're still going to be ahead by a decent bit because of all of the other time that we've saved. We just probably aren't going to save any additional time. Or if we do, it's not going to be from this level, which is acceptable, I suppose. Really? Well, that was just rude. Okay, 5-5. Dogs first. Rude. At least that lined them up nicely for me. Okay, so now 5-5. I'm happy about the dogs being there for what it's worth. It is still annoying, but what can you do? Okay. We have to wait for that crane in the beginning if we don't want to die right away. Which is kind of funny. Oh, thank you, crane. That was very fortuitous placement of that crane. that was great. No complaints from me at all. Okay, we are gonna go back to town. We're gonna buy one shark suit, one feather, and as many power foxes as we can. Okay, that should be everything we need for the rest of the run. I haven't said anything. Robo voice isn't good, but hopefully I'm back to normal. I wonder if my internet just took a hit there. Unfortunate if true. I'm back? Okay. Well, that's good. I don't know I don't know why robot happened. Hopefully there wasn't some kind of internet spike, because that would be extremely unfortunate given the run that we are on right now. Losing the shark suit there kind of doesn't matter. It's probably fine. We don't need it for this. We're going to use a power fox to fight the boss, and then it's on to Lava World, where it does not matter if we have one of those or not. So yeah, it's probably okay that we got hit. I mean, obviously, if we didn't get hit, that would be better, but what can you do? Okay, good 5-7. This is going to be like a 38. Oh, a 37. Even better. Okay. Boss time. We'll just use this. Cool. All right, we saved another 30 seconds somehow, gamers. I'm really feeling it. Okay, we're gonna use 2 of these here, since we know now that we only need the one for Lava Land. Ooh, dying there is unfortunate. I think I probably should have just eaten the damage from the well lady. That's probably not a big deal, though. We're only going to use 1 in 4 or in 6-2. 4-2. We left that zone a long time ago, Bo. Although the last time I was in here, I went down into this too early. Okay, that looked good. Can we get... Oh, just barely. Just barely didn't get it. So there's a really tight cycle you can get there where if you have P speed and you go underneath that first overhang, right as the lava goes past, you can hit a cycle that is really, really nice. But we did not, so it is what it is. We're going to use a shark suit coming up here. Last time I used the shark suit like down here, and then I jumped into the lava like a fool, and I died, and I lost the shark suit. So this time... Oh, did I use the shark suit? I did. Oh, it's... Yeah, so yeah. That's correct. Because last time we bought 2 shark suits, and we didn't want 2 shark suits. I needed an extra Power Fox. In here, I feel like we could use the wings early. Maybe that it makes that section with the planks and the bugs a little faster. But if we don't have it for the end here, then we either need to jump across with a samurai costume, or we need to die and fly back up. But having this in here opens up a really cool route for us that Kiri can do, but it's way harder than doing it with Yuzu. Oh, we lost it. That's unfortunate. If you have that, what you can do in here is double jump to go up there, and then you kind of dodge this whole cycle of things. In our case, what we're going to do is, since we can't dodge it, we're going to get squished, and then we're going to just come through into here. We lose like 2 or 3 seconds because the cycle is different, but we don't miss the first thing coming down there. And that, what we just saw is exactly why I use that power up here, because fighting those without it is horrible. There's so many little flaming skulls. It is not worth your time to do it the other way. Okay, in here, I think the way we were doing this before was we were dying in that first pit and then flying up here, which doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, the important thing is if we can get even a little bit of that, and we got all of it. We died, of course, which isn't the best, but that is quite positive. Up here, we're gonna use our penultimate Power Fox. Good 6-5. Now we've got our tower climb. We're coming in here with 1 HP, which is actually a little bit of a buff. Oh no. Okay. I lost my speed there. If we had jumped directly up into that skull, which was the game plan, we would have saved a decent bit of time. Because then you don't have to wait around for the second one. But we ended up losing time because that is the way of things. Doesn't matter if we get hit going up here because we're going to die in here anyway. And what I do is I always just try to jump over this FAB Kappa because if you land in that back corner, he just can't mess with you, which makes life really easy for us. Okay. 4-7. We're going to try to get bounceless again. Eventually, I want to get good enough that I can like line that up without having to stop. But I think that's more of a, if I can come up with a setup to make that happen, I don't think that's a realistic, I can't believe I missed that jump. I don't think that's a realistic ask aside from that. But maybe it is, who knows? So we're not gonna need to maintain our health going in here. We can die if we want to. Obviously, we don't really want to ever, but sometimes it'd be like that, you know? Like here, we're definitely gonna die because why wouldn't we? Then we're gonna swim over to the secret exit and call it a day. We're almost done. So we're gonna world record by like almost 2 minutes here. So that's pretty exciting. Hopefully the gameplay didn't cut out when my voice went all robot-y. Because if it did, this is probably not the best. I'll have to watch it back. Okay, we're gonna jump and then use our last fox here. And time. 46:21.